Hey everyone, welcome to episode 4 of my food security video series. In the first episode of the series, I encouraged everyone to grow something, no matter how basic. In the second episode, we looked at the power of combining community and gardens, and how the whole equaled far more than the sum of the parts. In both of those episodes, we looked at ways to increase both the volume and quality of the food we bring in. In the third episode, we turned our attention to reducing our food waste, both personally and collectively, and we saw how that fits into the food security equation. In this fourth episode, I want to take a closer look at the very ancient practice of foraging, both in traditional and urban settings, and explore why you might want to give it a try. We're going to start by talking to an amazing woman right here on PEI, who is what I would certainly call a master forager. And we're going to hear why she thinks foraging is so awesome. Then, we're going to take a brief look at the other benefits we get when we forage in nature. By the end, I'm hoping to show that foraging is not simply the collecting of food from the wild. Foraging is about actively connecting to the overwhelming abundance of our world. And that connection is healing on a multitude of levels. Are you ready? Let's do this. Lots of us have tried foraging for something at some point in our lives, but few of us take the time to become true masters of such a complex skill. Kate is one of those rare souls who has not only mastered foraging, she generously shares her knowledge with anyone and everyone who is interested in learning more. Kate graciously offered to share some of her time and thoughts with me about the basics of foraging. Let's listen in.
Hi, I'm Kate MacQuarrie. I'm a botanist and forager here on PEI. I got involved in foraging through my studies at UPEI, but this is not something that you need to be an expert in. You don't need any special education or training. Anybody can get out and forage, which is one of the really fun things about it, and one of the things that I love to share. I forage almost year-round, spring, summer, and fall. So in the spring, I love to get out and get those first greens. The things like the sheep sorrel, the dandelions, fiddleheads are totally awesome. Throughout the summer, I forage. You can eat flowers on PEI. Things like fireweed flowers and roses are edible and they're delicious. Lots of the berries, things that you're probably used to, like blueberries and strawberries and raspberries and blackberries, they grow wild all over PEI, and it's amazing to go out and collect them. Later in the summer and fall, I'll do things like elderberries, like rose hips, like hawthorns. These are all usable, they're edible, they're delicious, and they're really good for you as well. You can forage pretty much anywhere. In the area, like we're here in Charlottetown, you can find lots of edible stuff for the taking. Some of the places I forage are along roadsides and public use trails, for instance, where the food is there and people just don't seem to appreciate it or want to collect it. To get started in foraging, all it takes is an interest in it, learn a few plants that you can identify, some places to find them, and go out and collect them and enjoy them. And I guarantee that once you get started in foraging, you'll be totally hooked. Give it a try.
Kate's energy and enthusiasm for foraging is absolutely wonderful. You can see why I wanted to interview her. I had to ask how she got started in foraging and what was her favorite side benefit besides gathering all that fabulous food.
I got started through the university and studying plants. I fell in love with plants when I started studying biology, and once I started liking and identifying plants, I wanted to start using them. And what I really found is it got me outside, but it also gave me a connection to the people that came before me. When people had to forage to survive, we don't have to do that anymore, but we still can do that. We have the knowledge, the plants are there, and I find a great connection in doing that.
Awesome. So basically, you think foraging is something everybody should try.
I guarantee everybody can forage, and everybody should try it, in my opinion. Please get out and give it a shot.
I'm so grateful that Kate was willing to spend time with me for this video. She is amazing. Like many folks, I've done a bit of foraging here and there, but after talking to Kate, I realized there's a lot more to foraging than I'd ever really considered. And that's why the title of this episode is Foraging Reimagined, because I think it's time we see foraging in a whole new way. Kate talked about how foraging helped her connect to those who came before us, and that is just one of the many connections we gain from foraging. Most obviously, foraging helps us connect to the seasonal cycles, something many of us have actually lost. Kate described the different things she would collect with each of the different seasons, and that connection to the natural cycles is really important to us humans on many levels. Foraging also connects us to the concept of abundance, something else that is sorely lacking in our modern world. Everywhere we're presented with competition and scarcity, not enough time, not enough money, not enough freedom, not enough whatever. Foraging brings us back to abundance. This planet was designed around abundance, and foraging helps us reconnect to that concept and how not everything need have a price. While we may no longer need to forage to survive, foraging for a few super fresh, super nutritious foods will most definitely make you healthier. So much of our food these days has been processed or altered in some way, and every step removed from its original source diminishes the nutritional value of the food. Eating food that you just harvested from the wild is literally the polar opposite, providing food at its freshest, and that's just another reason why foraging is so valuable. Foraging also gives us access to foods that are simply not available through the mainstream. Dandelion greens and sheep sorrels are easy to forage, and they add important nutrients to your spring diet while diversifying your menu with new tastes and textures. Foraging also gives you access to food at its peak quality. Compare the raspberries you find in most grocery stores to raspberries that you just picked that are still warm from the sun. They are literally two different things. I could kind of go on and on, but I'm guessing you get the point. Foraging is empowering on many levels, providing not only fresh, healthy food, but an abundance of exercise, fresh air, connections. It's fabulous. So yes, I am definitely with Kate, and I'm encouraging you to reimagine foraging and see how you can fit it into your life. A few closing thoughts on foraging. I started this video in the early spring, and I thought it would be done really quickly. Then plant season started, and between starting seeds, transplanting seedlings, learning new greenhouses, removing weeds, preparing soil, and planting veggies, I literally could not get the video completed until early summer. That process has taught me a renewed appreciation and awe of Mother Nature. She literally grows fabulous things with an elegance and grace we could never hope to achieve. Foraging helps teach us that. So a huge thanks to Mother Nature for the endless lessons in how life actually works. An extra huge thanks to Kate as well for facilitating that learning. Her regular posts have both informed and inspired me, along with countless others, and Mother Nature could not have asked for a better emissary. Thanks to Food Exchange PEI and the Fund a Mentor program for their support of this project. And a big thanks to you for being willing to think outside the box and for listening to me ramble about foraging. I really hope you will reimagine foraging and see what it can bring to your world. Be sure to check out the other episodes, and in the interim, always take care of one another. We'll talk again soon. Bye for now.